So this is going to be a 3-part series of how we got here. 3 different parks in one day, trying to figure out where I could take my kids to keep them safe. Here we go. Part 1. How we got here. So this is at the Reinhardt Volunteer Park. We had to do surveillance of another park. So we wanted to check out a new playground that the city put in over at West Home Park. And I wanted to take the kids over there. But upon taking the kids over there, I see tents all the way around this park. My little ones, you know, for those that might be new, are soon to be 3, and then I have my 4-year-old daughter. And we surveilled it. I took some pictures, and I also have another story that is going to tell you about what's going on in Grants Pass. I find it really interesting that we can't do anything about the homelessness because the city just got sued over it. But the interesting thing is, when it hurts the wallets of the city, right? Because we have Boatnik coming up, which is a huge money-driven, support-driven monster. We haven't been able to do anything about Riverside Park. Huge homeless problem. And as soon as Boatnik is here, though, all of the homeless are kicked out. And I wasn't able to do a story on that yet or see what was happened, but talking to other people, I guess when they did it, it was, you know, they took the people's tents and took them down, put them in piles. I would have liked to have seen what went on with that. But here's a story for you guys about Riverside Park. And I'm also going to put a clip in of the pictures of West Home Park where I was going to take my kids and then I chose not to. It's like, it's almost like a battlefield taking your kids to the parks now, to where you've got to do surveillance to find out what's going on to keep your kids safe and keep them on the right side of enemy lines. Not saying, don't get me wrong, that the homeless and that type of thing are enemies. But when you do have guns pulled out in parks, parks are for kids, parks are for families, that sort of says something in my opinion. Anyway, here's the clip.
It's not a safe place to be. We used to be able to sit at the river and come down here for walks, and now we can't.
Sarah Gregg lives across the street from Riverside Park. On Sunday night, around 8 p.m., she heard multiple gunshots. Grants Pass Police Department says a man was shot and killed at the park. The suspect, 34-year-old Charles J. Smith, fled the scene but was later arrested by the sheriff's office. He's being charged with second-degree murder and unlawful use of a weapon. Gregg says conditions at the park are horrendous.
There's cars piled with stuff. There's tents everywhere, garbage everywhere. It's just gross. You can't safely walk through the park and not have a dog run out at you or something sketchy going on.
She says Monday's incident is not the first to happen at the park. Another person living close by said they weren't surprised there was a shooting there. Police believe both the victim and suspect were using the park to rest overnight. Gregg says she asked the mayor and police for help to fix the homeless issues at the park, but nothing has come of it.
There's no solution. All they say is that their hands are tied. They can't do anything because of the lawsuit. We can't touch the lawsuit until we have a shelter, but the people that we see down here aren't people that are going to go to a shelter.
In 2018, a woman filed a lawsuit against Grants Pass, saying the city's anti-camping ordinance and criminal trespass laws violate her 8th and 14th Amendment rights. Last year, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals agreed with the woman, saying cities do violate the 8th Amendment if they punish a person for sleeping outside. Earlier this month, residents of Grants Pass voiced their frustrations in a city council meeting over safety concerns at city parks.
Grandkids, we can't take to the park because there's needles on the ground that they could step on.
Grants Pass Mayor Sarah Bristol sent out a statement Monday urging City Council to establish policies to improve safety in parks. She said, quote, "It is not acceptable to have people camping in our city parks. We have seen a significant increase in dangerous activities since 2020 when a court injunction was issued requiring the city to allow unhoused people to sleep in our parks. To date, the city council has not been able to come up with a plan for a shelter that would help move people out of parks and provide supervision and structure."